in my arms when I want you, and all your charms whenever
Oh, hello. I didn't know you were here. I was just getting ready for bed. Here, let me set these things down. I'm glad you showed up because I've just finished this Murphy bed project that I've been working on. You saw the first video and where I used Make-A-Bed hardware and put together the bed itself, but it didn't have any of the cabinets that went with it, and that's what I've been working on the last couple months. You might want to know why I'm dressed this way. Some people dress for dinner, but I dress for bed. And so I'll just take my hat off, set it up here, and let's take a look at what I've done so far. Well, as you recall, the Murphy bed pulls down. We'll get back to that later. But it didn't have anything else that went with it, so it looked like it just stuck out in the middle of the room. But right now that I've added the cabinets above and the bedstand to the left there, you can see that it looks more like that it was constructed for the room. As you can remember how it looked before, I used a deep navy blue milk paint to paint the walls. I used the same paint to paint the cabinets, and it's all done in the same style. And let's start with the cabinets up above. The cabinets up above were 3 compartments that I made, and they used a hardware that kind of RVs use, because they're taking all the space they can and use it for storage. And so those cabinet doors lift up, and then you can put things in there. As a matter of fact, I brought some sheets, so I'll show you how that works. But I'll show you how this works. So I bought these special soft close hinges that pull up, and once they're open, they stay open. You don't have to hold them open. And then you can slip the items that you would like in there. And then, like I said, it closes on its own. It's soft closing. And those are the drawers above the bed itself, and they're very useful, but you do need a step stool unless you're very tall in order to use them. I'll show you how the second one works, but if I open that one, the cat will get loose, so I don't want to do that. Let's talk about the cabinet to the left there. So once I finished those top cabinets, I moved over to the bedstand here on the left side. And what I decided was, when I saw this cavernous cove in the middle and how dark the paint color is, that I decided I needed some highlights, something that was much lighter. And so I introduced some red oak, some oak here, different places. And as a matter of fact, the crown molding at the top is also oak to try to tie that all together. And I think it turned out well. I added some detail and design in the back, so there are shelves back there that are useful. But as well, I put some stained glass and some metallic tile in to add some texture, as well as some interest there. It's just not a blank wall in the back. Added a light at the top, and of course there's this space up here for storage that's open. But then below the tabletop, I have 3 drawers, and I have 2 shelves that pull out. And so the drawers pull out, and then of course they can use me for clothing or anything else that you would like to have. As a matter of fact, right in here I have a USB speaker, and I'll show you this in more detail. To the side are some outlets that you can plug things into, and one of the different kinds of outlets are USB for phone, for a speaker, something like that you would like to use. The other drawers pull out the same way, and they have they're not soft closed, but they have a catch that allows them not to come back and open without pulling on them a little harder to begin with. And then in addition, I have these shelves that pull out. They're also oak, so that now gives you more space up here to work with. And there's a lower one, and you'll see in a minute why that's probably advantageous as well. This one down low, a little bit lower. So those are the cabinets on the left side, and they all go together, so it looks like it was built with the house. And that's what I was going for, so it didn't just stick out as some atrocity, but looks like it belongs here. One of the other things that I like about this project is the lighting. The things that we can do with lighting and the LED lighting make some of the features stand out, and also makes it very useful when you're in bed and or when you want good lighting, poor lighting, you want subdued lighting. You have some choices this way. So the first one I'll show you is the lighting that I used for the bed stand and for the shelves up above, and it's controlled by a switch right here. Now, as you can see, the stained glass lighting, backlighting has come on, and the light above the bedstand has come on. And then the lighting above, those were frosted panes that I put in those doors up there. And so the backlighting behind them, which are strip COB lighting, also LED, also shines through, and so you can see it also gives some ambiance to the room as well, and some back, a little bit of lighting that wouldn't keep you awake if you wanted that sort of thing. Now you can see why I said I couldn't open this door, because the cat would get away, and actually that's literally true. If I open that door, that cat will fall out. But the neat thing about frosted glass, if you put something very close to it, then it shines through, but anything far away doesn't. And so as long as it's not up against the glass, the details that are stored up there won't show up unless you get them right up against the glass. Over here on the stained glass, we have that light up above, so that kind of really shows off the things that you have on the shelves here. And also, if you have things that you're working with, or you have something that you need to read or see, the lighting is adequate for you to be able to get those things done there. And it gives a very nice effect. One of the things you can do with the LED lighting is, if I double within a second or two, if I shut this off and turn it back on, you get a different setting with the lights. Instead of that bright glaring light that at night, instead you could turn it to a night light feature. And so now I have the stained glass backlighting. I still have the lighting up above that is also subdued, and it gives a different effect altogether. If we pull down the bed, and we were in bed reading or getting ready to watch. As a matter of fact, I was going to watch Murders in the Building when I came in to begin with, so I brought my iPad up, and I may want harsh lighting. I may want subdued lighting. If I'm reading, I may want something I can read by. So I also put lights in the reading, in the part that stores the bed for reading or however else you would use it. And that would be controlled by this switch over here. And I made this switch at a lower level than you would normally find light switches, so that if you were in bed, you could just reach over there and flip it on, and those lights would come on. It also has a dimmer, so that if you'd want to dim that down, something much less glaring, you could do that. It also has the double click, so if I turn it off and then turn it back on real fast, I get the subdued lighting with that as well. So we were talking a little bit about the shelving. So one of the reasons for the shelving, especially that lower one, is when you're in bed, this bed sits fairly low, and you have your phone and your glasses or something to drink or something to read, you can pull this shelf out, and then these items can sit here and you can reach them from bed when you're sitting in bed, and you need something off of the shelf, you can get it very easily. So that's a nice feature. I wanted to show you the outlets that are available, and I'm going to switch this back off and on real quick, and then the much brighter light comes back on, and now you can see the outlets over here that contain some USB connections as well as regular plug connections. The porcelain mask was given to us by a friend when we started collecting masks. Since we have a number of different masks I can interchange there, that will give us a different look. Well, those are the main features of the Murphy bed and the cabinets that I added. One other thing that I added a ceiling fan and ceiling light that is also digital, but it's operated by a remote. And the problem with an upstairs bedroom is even with the air conditioning on, oftentimes it gets kind of stuffy up here. So I installed the fan for the comfort of people who might be staying. And the fan is controlled by a remote. And then with the remote, I can turn the fan high or low. I can turn the light off or on. I can dim the light. I have a lot of different features that I can do with from the bed, and I don't have to get up and try to control it through any switches or anything like that. So that also seems to be helpful. And so that's the end of the project for me, and this is the Murphy bed.
Dream, 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 dream when I want you in my arms, when I want you and all your charms.